Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This video for Thursday, August 25th, 2011 is sponsored by Realtic. Alright guys, let's get right into the charts today. Market's on a wacky roll today. We started with a huge move up on the back of Warren Buffett's $5 billion investment in Bank of America. Let's take a look at the Bank of America chart here. You can see the stock has come off the highs. This traded near $9 at the opening candle. Again, you're looking at a 10-minute chart of BAC, so each candle is 10 minutes. And don't forget, folks, there is a free trial here at InTheMoneyStocks.com for the Research Center and for the Intraday Stock Chat, a 7-day free trial, no obligation. All right, so come to us and join us and start getting profits like the pros. Bottom line is, you want to get the inside information, you want to get the proprietary techniques we've developed, just take the free trial right there and then. All right, Bank of America, again, beautiful topping tail. See this topping tail on the charts, guys? A topping tail is a top signal on the charts that tells you, again, the markets, or this stock in particular, is going to have more downside. You close in the lower 25% at the highs of the general chart, as this one did, and that tells you it's going to continue to fall. And sure enough, it has, although it's still positive on the day, it has come back in. If we go back to the SPY, let's take a look. As you can clearly see, the spiders had the same candle formation. So if you look for gives and tells in a market, this is what you have to be looking for. All right, you want to know where the market's going to go. You want to have a crystal ball, then you look at this exact type of thing. Topping tail on the spiders. In addition, take a look at this, guys. The topping tail high was into the master pivot that I gave the Research Center members and the Intraday Stock Chat members yesterday. I said, look for the 119.50 range. That is going to be the pivot top target of this market bounce. We called the bounce. We nailed the bounce right to target, and look at the markets reverse off of that. Now, why are the markets reversing? Well, partially the fact that people, I think the Bank of America situation might not all be roses. In other words, why did Warren Buffett have to come in here? Was it because President Obama asked him to, like when he did that with Goldman Sachs in 2008? Was it because Bank of America was near insolvency, so they needed an investable amount of money, $5 billion, to come in? I mean, what exactly is going on here? And I think that worried the markets a little bit. Initially, it was great news, and then people started to say, wait a minute, is this all fun and games, or are there actually serious issues here? In addition, tomorrow Ben Bernanke is speaking at Jackson Hole, guys. Ben Bernanke, this is the annual key meeting he's going to be doing. Last year, he announced QE2. So the market is wondering, is he not going to announce? Is he going to announce? What's he going to say? And I think after such a recent run-up, and take a look at the charts here, you can see this recent run-up over the last couple days. It's huge. All right, look at this big move up. So again, from basically 112 all the way to 119.50, that's a 7.5-point move on the SPY, which mirrors about 70 points on the S&P 500. Then you have to kind of think there's a lot of people out there with profits that are probably taking the profits. And it makes sense. I mean, obviously, you run up like that in a market that's been as ugly as this is, you're probably going to take it ahead of what Bernanke says, because ultimately, the market, if it expects too much, it's going to be disappointed. Now, I think I'm going to take the opposite side. I think Bernanke, the markets are factoring in not great comments, and if he comes out just a shade above expectations, you could actually see a flat to positive market tomorrow on Friday. So I'm going to take that side of the coin when everyone else is talking and analysts on TV are all saying, oh, he's going to disappoint. Markets are down today on that. That's my analysis, is that it probably goes the opposite way of the crowd. I've made a living going the opposite way of the crowd, folks. In fact, the opposite way of the crowd led me to short GLD a couple days ago at this pivot high right up here. And sure enough, look at the profits in that short trade on the GLD. I gave this to the Research Center. I gave it to the chat room. They made lots of money here. All right. In addition, this is what's the shadiest thing. And again, I wrote an article calling for an investigation. All right. If I was a regulatory body, I would be investigating the hell out of what happened with gold. What do I mean? Well, gold dumped a huge amount, basically from the 1900 range that it traded pre-market and during market hours, I believe, all the way down to about 1700. That's a 200-point drop or $200 drop on gold. The GLD, I made great money on it. Why? Because I knew the chart here and I could read the chart, and the chart told me it was going to fall. But bottom line is, this type of drop, of such a massive drop, the last 2 days, yesterday afternoon, the CME raised margin requirements. Now, you cannot tell me that people didn't know ahead of time, the big boys did not know ahead of time. You don't have a fall like this and then news come out and not think that there was some sort of insider leak there. And again, it's ludicrous because the average investor, and thank God I'm with my subscribers and they're able to guide them through these issues. But again, think of all the average investors out there that were buying gold all the way up here at the highs. And again, people at the gym were talking about buying gold. People at the supermarket were talking about buying gold. They're buying it up here. The average person that does not have a lot of income, they're the ones getting caught here with their pants down. Unacceptable. And again, if I was a regulatory body, I'd be all over this, looking to see why gold dropped like that into this. And now notice today, and this announcement came out yesterday after the close. It's a very bearish thing for gold, but gold already factored it in. Enough of the big boys sold where it's not an issue anymore, and gold's basically flat today. I mean, it's down slightly, but it's basically flat. In fact, current levels right now are above where I covered my short yesterday, as crazy as that is. So again, it's one of those shady type of things, but obviously the big boys get the word ahead of time, and thank goodness I can read the charts as well as I do, and I give this information. It's basically like having insider information. You want to know what it's like to have insider information? You join the research center, you join the intraday stock chat. I will read the charts and be able to tell you what's going to happen before it happens. Granted, I don't have the insider information, but you know what? I'll be able to call the charts as if I did. All right, in any case, folks, remember, 7-day free trial. Let's go over some other stuff here. Let's go back to the SPY. SPY is getting a little bit of a move up here. A little bit of bullish consolidation here, actually. You actually have a it's a very small one, but a little inverse head and shoulder formation here, too, with a neckline. Let me put in the neckline for you guys so we get that all in. Let me see here. Neckline would be right here, actually. And you can see it's actually a little bit of a breakout. It's a very sloppy, small one, but nonetheless, you could make a case for it. Here's your shoulder. There's your inverse shoulder. There's your inverse head. And then here's your little inverse shoulder over here. Very minor one. Target would actually only be to upwards of this area up here, but nonetheless, it is a nice little one. You can see the spiders are inching up a little bit right now. In addition, folks, take a look at the other charting analysis technique that we utilized for this drop today. And again, we called yesterday. I called this into the Research Center members in the nightly video. And remember, everything listed under Research Center you get inside the free trial, as well as a member if you decide to continue. But see this trend line connecting the lows for the last 2 days? You knew that when this broke, that would be a down day. All right, so again, see how you came down, and when this broke, that's a breakdown on a trend line chart, and you're going to continue down, you're going to fall, and sure enough, you came all the way down to the pivot low of yesterday. And by the way, let me ask you this question. Would you have been a buyer right here? Was that the smart play? Did we talk about that in the chat room? Absolutely. What level was this? Double bottom? You'd be a buyer there, and look at the bounce you got. Would you have shorted this topping tail up here? Yes, you could have shorted it. Absolutely. Could you have shorted the pivot high right here because it was a master level at in the money stocks? Of course you could have. All right, so if you read the charts, you will literally be able to know what the future holds for any market, currency, commodity, stocks. I don't care what it is. It's doable. And again, you don't need insider information to do it. The big boys sometimes use that because they don't know how to do this kind of stuff that we do here at In the Money Stocks. But honestly, you don't need it. You can do it without and make so much money, ridiculous money. All right, enough said today, guys. I got to get back to trading as the day is definitely wild. We'll talk about this in tonight's video. I'll give a little bit more synopsis and research. We'll talk about new trades, and obviously join the Research Center free trial. Take the Intraday Stock Chat 7-day free trial. It's there for the taking. Enjoy it. If it's free, it's for me, right? Take care, guys.